Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Terribad Tavern. We have returned. It has been quite some time. I just realized I haven't opened one of the many files I need. Um, that's the thing. When you have the opportunity to run all of your DMing online, you just put it all online, and then you forget where files are, and you go, "Oh, I haven't opened those." Um, because you set all your programs.
Whoopsie.
Good. Bless you. Um, but yes, welcome in. Everyone is so great to see you all. I am, of course, your Dungeon Master, Soul Prison 48. I am joined by a lovely cast of people: Patty Cake Games, playing Azrael Drisbin, Mystic Raven 13, playing Vasil Rodic, and the couple that nerds together, playing Dorcas and Gildea, respectively. They're down there. Everyone's down there in their little boxes. It's so great to have everyone here. Um, and I'm just happy to be along for the ride that these people are weaving. Uh, Last time, the group went on a mission to stop the Whispering Plague that had been going on within Vular's walls, and they succeeded? Question mark? Because when they attacked what we know to be a mind flayer, nothing was directly understood by them, I guess, but everyone knows what it is. They they escaped gracefully into the Colosseum of Vular. So maybe an escape, maybe not. I guess we'll have to see. I need to place some blocks here on my little map that I have up, so that way I know where things are. So I apologize for the delay. Can you tell I'm not ready?
Nope, can't tell at all.
No, see, that's what you do. You make everyone think with the really good explanation that you're ready for everything. And when they find out you're not, they're like, "What? You aren't ready? Impossible." And then you just laugh and laugh.
I'm pretty sure you're ready.
And you panic because nothing is here where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Everything's fine.
So it's fine.
It's fine. Okay, we need that person, and we need none of those people.
Which one of you lot are going to end up in dice jail today?
All of them.
Last time we
I
all
really feel like it should be all of them, because last time you were not friends. Okay, you all failed.
what? Is it a bug?
I don't know. It's like food.
Hi, Coon.
Hi, Coon.
Hey, Coon. Welcome in. I feel like I'm wasting so much time. This one. Cool.
It is an alliteration.
No, he's referenced the stream earlier during the Star Wars part. There was so many banned words at one point that I actually did have to refer to myself as Star.
Nothing.
Huh? Okay then. If we drop out at some point, there's bad storm.
Oh.
Yeah, it is streaming right now.
So.
Well, I mean, that would be the same for me then.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, we'll go into a little bit of technical difficulties. I might play some music or something. We'll figure out what we need to do.
Dance.
I'm
So.
Mr. Nerd and Dorcas.
Yeah.
Nice.
We find ourselves. Well, you find yourselves, actually. You run up this long staircase. The cave is all crumbling behind you after defeating the aberration construct of this, the ogres and the mind flayer. The member of the Ashen Storm is leading you out, and as he's opening the door, he says to you that it's not the best exit, but it's the best we have. Pushing a rock out of the way, light blinds you. You've been down below the earth for so long. You step out, and from rock to sand, you feel your feet sink for a moment as you are standing in the Colosseum of Vular. Two of you recognize this place. You've probably been here before. two of you have never seen this place. A circular location on the map is not very circular. I don't have circles. But a circular pit, sand, wood, and sand on the ground, and wood and stone create random constructs for things to stand on. A battle is currently commencing. You see 6 dragonfolk fighting for their lives in various locations around this. A whole crowd cheering and roaring. Everyone looks down, and for a moment, silence, as everyone realizes that contenders have stepped into the battlefield from a door that previously did not exist. And in the silence, a sudden breaks the silence as a bright purple light flashes in the air. Now, you may recall, if you were here last time, that the adventurers seem to strike down and send the mind flare away from this plane. But I think something that all of my incredible friends here have forgotten is that their dungeon master played Elden Ring. And in Elden Ring, there are second boss phases.
God.
A large purple light and a wave of energy stretches out as the mind flares hovering over this Colosseum. The wave turns to dust as it runs out, and the dust particles fall onto the crowd. The crowd begins shaking their head. You hear screams, and suddenly members of the crowd start viciously attacking one another. The mind flare waves their hand, and those who are in the pit suddenly stop attacking each other, and they all turn to you. And we will once again roll initiative.
I'm not very excited about this.
Natural 20!
Well, that's good at least.
So that, yeah. Okay.
3.
Get all your numbers in a second. I need to roll for quite a few people here.
Oh no, make that 5. I get +2.
Let's roll this one twice. Actually, I'll just do that. Right?
You can go in dice, Jade.
Cool.
Something already going in dice jail.
Yep.
And it begins.
I don't want to see single figures, you little shit.
My wife's not allowed to touch these dice.
Didn't she touch the last ones?
Yeah, I think the magic's worn off, though, because I just rolled a natural 20.
It's been enough time. Okay, folks. I don't think you guys can roll this high, but 20 or 25.
I did, actually. I got a 26.
26. God damn! Alright, that's gonna be Azrael to start.
You're first.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say you're first.
15 to 20. Nope. Okay.
No,
Give me-
dear.
Give me a second here, because I need to add some stuff. Okay. Then we're at 10 to 15.
Yep.
Okay, what'd you have?
11.
11. Alright. Alright. And then 5 to 10.
Yep.
What'd you have?
9.
5.
9 and 5.
Not that enthused.
Not into no.
Alright. There are a lot of enemies in this, so I will do my best to make them go as fast as possible on their turns. But right now, at the top of the order, it is Azrael, and then we're going to have a few enemies, and Gildea will be after those.
Do we have a map?
Yes, you
Or-
do, and that's what I was just about to set up. So give me 1 second here, and I will be able to pull it up for you guys. I'll stream it to you guys first, and then I'll jump in and throw it on the board so everyone can see. Where's the button? There we go.
Button. Ooh.
Reveal this. There's that, so that way audience can see. Okay, so what we're looking at here. I'm gonna do a lot of spinning for a second. If it is difficult to see, I can lower the lighting. I know this is all very bright brick and things. So we see you guys all here. Or I guess down on this end. You guys specifically can't see my mouse. And then we have the different clusters of dragonfolk and the flayer, which slowly lowers itself to the ground as all of this skirmish begins. Again, if it is a little bright, I can turn down the brightness. I know the squares are a little hard to see sometimes, but we can run with this for now. Azrael, you are here.
Okay. Can you zoom in a little bit so I can see
Sure, of course I can.
my distance a little bit?
Let me rotate it here too, so you can kind of. This Patty's deductive breakdown of like, what's the battlefield, what can I do, how can I make sure I hit someone with the most damage.
I think I've only got one option here for this turn. Move me up onto that, like, it looks like maybe some wood in front of me, directly in front of me.
This
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I am going to chuck a dagger at the one that's diagonal to me.
This one here.
No. The one, I guess it would be almost north. Yeah, that one.
Got you. Alright. Go ahead and roll your attack on that. I need to bring up his specific thing.
That is another natural 20.
Jesus!
Oh, no.
You're bringing it in hot today, which is good.
But he's not alone, is he?
No. So they are facing each other. Let me move these guys. So they are with teammates now. These sort of clusters here.
So I will not get my sneak attack since he's not alone.
Okay. So yeah, you'll absolutely go ahead and start rolling for your damages.
That's gonna be, I guess 8 damage with the crit because it's doubled.
Awesome. All right. So
and then
oh,
go ahead.
No, do you have more?
I have a bonus action. I was
ahead.
just gonna throw another dagger.
Yeah, you're fine.
That's another fucking natural 20.
I feel like he's full of shit. I feel like he's full of shit. 3 in a row.
I mean, I'll show you.
There's a lot of green screen. I'm seeing a whole lot of bread. Seeing a lot of baked goods, not many natural 20s. It is. I see it. It is.
Yeah.
Very well. You may continue your fuck shit.
Why the hell is this not when I have a sneak attack though? Same damage.
Okay, so 16 total.
Yep.
All right, so you hurl a couple of daggers across the battlefield at this one, striking. They aren't, even though they're gladiators, they aren't wearing massive amounts of protective armor. just enough to kind of keep them alive in these pits. And so you are able to find plenty of space to strike at him. You notice when you make this strike that he's significantly more hurt. And it sort of comes to the realization that they were in the middle of a fight in this pit. You are adding to damage that has already occurred to them. So he is not looking super great after 2 dagger strikes sticking into him. We're going to do a couple of movements here for a couple of different enemies. So let me just sort of run this quickly. Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20. That is the space you are on. So he is going to charge you. I'm going to do movement first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to you. 25 or 30. 30. And that's those 3. Yes. Okay. So those 3 rush in. These 2 are going to give attacks. Jump this here. That is definitely not going to hit you.
Which one of us?
You specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled 7 natural with bonuses. That's not going to hit you. Let me see. It might. 14.
No, doesn't hit.
Okay, didn't think so. I just want to be sure. Alright, and then the other one is going to attack your guys' party member, the Ashen Storm that led you up here. That is a failure. A critical failure. He charges in and swings down, but he's so blinded by this rage, the Ashen Storm member is able to dip out of the way, and he strikes the stone wall and sort of embeds his maul into it and tries to drag it away, but he's a little stuck, so he's going to have to sacrifice some movement next time he moves if he does. I'm going to move the Ashen Storm member a little bit out of the way, his ability to dodge it, then set this guy here, so he's sort of between you all. The flayer is going to go, and that's going to be Gildea. So Mind Flayer is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, sort of get onto this ramp to look down at the battle here. I don't think he has anything he can do from this position. I lost the page. I took my bookmark out. Okay, there we are. Don't think he has any spells that he can directly do from this position.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is just going to reposition, and he will have no direct attack or anything. Gildea, you are up. And then we'll do another one of the gladiators and Dorcas.
Alright.
Let me rotate this so you can see yours a little better.
Which one am I?
This one is you right here.
Alright. I would like to I don't like that guy is all the way up next to us, so I want to like go around whoever's next to me and attack the one that
Is this the position you want to be in, or would you like to be one over? I'll leave that up to you. I don't want to make
there,
this for you.
yeah.
Here?
Yes, please.
Fantastic. Alright. There you are.
Attacking with my Morning Star. So how about an 18?
An 18 will hit.
Yes. Alright. I need a D8. That's 4. Here's an 8. Oh, yes. So 11 points of piercing damage.
All right. You bring your Morningstar down onto the back of this creature who has no real ability to defend itself as its maul is embedded in the wall, and you come down and strike through its leather. The leather armor that's covering its back sort of tears away as you do. It is definitely not built to last a blow like this, and it wails out, and it is looking worse for wear. As you do so.
Okay.
Is that your? You have more?
I wanted to see if I. Oh, dang it. Are they? No, we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Is anybody like severely squishy right now?
Yep.
Like how squishy are we talking?
Like, of my 22, I've got 12.
Oof. Okay. Anybody else?
23 out of my 43.
Okay. Who am I standing next to?
You are currently standing next to Dorcas.
Okay.
Vaza is this one here.
Okay. Well, let's give you.
You being who?
What?
You, who's you?
You.
Me. Okay.
You!
Going to
Barb's
lay on hands.
Okay, what do I get?
5 points.
Okay.
Barbie Slayer is saying hello to Patty, by the way.
Hi.
Welcome in for the first time. Alright, so you lay on hands for Dorcas. You're going to receive, how many was it? 5?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Alright. Cool. So, we are going to do one more of the gladiators, and then Dorcas and Vaza will be back to back. It is going to be this one. 5, 10, 15, 20. He does not get very far, same as his counterpart there. Once again, not able to do much. He has melee weapons. Go ahead, Dorcas and Vaza.
Okay. You said none of these gladiators aren't looking they're looking worse for wear. You said.
Yeah, they're not looking their best. They definitely didn't just walk out into this pit. They have been going at it for a while. You sort of walked in medias res to this situation.
Okay. If I pull something into the attack range of someone, does that person get an attack of opportunity?
It's actually a really good question. Like, you'll be pulling them in range of an attack, but not through the range of an attack?
I don't understand your question.
So if... We'll use our board here for an example, right?
Yeah.
So, if you were to pull this individual...
Yeah.
Into attack range...
Yeah.
But not beyond attack range.
I mean, it's... Let's see how far... I only pulled him 10 feet, so that's only... So, never mind.
Okay. I was just... Because, like, I was trying to clarify whether a person would be passing another individual or just coming up to them. Because similar how, like, you can move and attack, if you just move up to a person and attack them, there is no attack of opportunity. But I would sort of give the leeway of if you were pulling them past another person, like going beyond their 5-foot cone of, like, their 5-foot radius of attack, you could sort of use the example of, like, okay, you moved beyond, so they could see them moving past and no effect, or like no opportunity.
Okay. I will do... I will cast a spell. A ranged spell attack. 17 plus 5 is 22.
22.
That's a good
On
number.
which one?
Who's closest to me?
The one that's
One
closest
that
to you is the one that is embedded in the wall.
Well, I thought she got that one.
Not
No,
fully
I-
dead, but close to it.
No, okay, not that one then, because
Okay. So you got
that one.
these three that are sort of close, and then these two that are up on a.
The one that's kind of like directly like across from me. Yeah.
All right.
So you said I did hit.
22 will hit. Yes.
13 fire damage.
What are you throwing at him? I'm curious of.
Firebolt.
A firebolt got you. Yeah. So you launch. You said 13 fire damage.
Yes.
Okay. You hurl this firebolt across, just missing Gildea, who has stepped in front of you to fight the dragonkin to the side, and it strikes this dragon, and it doesn't become inflamed. It doesn't seem to hurt any worse than getting hit with fire would. And it sort of like brushes away at its scales, and is still standing, but is definitely charred.
Did it hurt him?
It did hurt him, yes. It didn't hurt him excessively. Like he wasn't what is it?
That's interesting.
Bloodied.
No, he's like, I'm trying to think of the word.
Susceptible?
Yeah, not like overly susceptible to fire damage. Like you don't like how some things get hurt by fire worse than others. Like if you hit undead with fire, it's gonna hurt worse.
Is he resistant to it?
See, that's the thing, is with the. He does appear to be like copper scaled.
Okay.
So you could kind of guess to that. But he's also under a magical thrall, so it's no telling how much this thrall is affecting those who it's.
Okay.
You know.
Is there one that's directly? There's one right next to me, right?
Yes, correct. There's the one.
Well,
that
if I
gets
move, it gets an attack of opportunity.
Not currently. So it rolled that critical failure, so it embedded its weapon into the wall, and so it is going to have to use part of its turn to remove that.
Then I would like to move south of my current position.
Okay.
Behind that block.
It's 5, 10, 15.
Other, yeah, okay, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right there.
Just making sure. Cool.
That mind flayer almost took me out last time. I'm not just gonna go in guns blazing this time. Not without my level 3s.
Alrighty. Is that going to be okay? Vaza, you are up. And
Can
then
I
we'll
get
have a
up
couple
onto
NPC
that block?
movements. The one in front of you. This here.
No, the one that Dorcas has just hid behind.
This here. Yes, you can get to this point.
Yeah.
She's got
And
Huh?
She's got the high ground. She has advantage.
I have the high ground.
Not for all of them. Not for all of them.
Well, that's acknowledging that she does for some of them and thus has advantage.
No, I'm saying she doesn't have the high ground to everyone.
So I would like to use my longbow, and I'm aiming at our little mindy flayery boy down the line.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll your attack.
That's a natural one.
You know, we have a lot of fun on this show.
He's gonna touch me.
We've had a lot of interesting things happen. But one thing seems to happen pretty consistently that I find very funny. And you'd think that your aim was perfect. But even the best archers flinch. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I swear to fucking God, Vaza.
How much?
9.
9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Azrael, you're struck in the back. A piercing pain drives into your shoulder, and you're unsure of where it came from, but when you look over your shoulder, you see Vaza, holding her bow, with no arrow in it.
That hurts!
You take 9 damage.
9 damage.
Anything else, Vaza?
I'm gonna try that again.
Wait, you're gonna try which part of it again?
Not the natural one. I'm
Okay.
gonna try the attack again. 8.
Okay. An 8.
8 damage?
No, an 8 to hit. She's doing a
An
second.
8 to
She's doing an
hit.
arrow shot. An 8 will not hit. So you fire and it goes flying past and clinks off the wall behind the mind flare.
Yeah. That's
You
my
did-
style.
D20s there, Vaza?
I'm running out of dice.
The jail's filling up.
my jail's full.
Oh no.
Hang on, I'm being handed more dice from the right.
Off stage, more dice were handed. So we're gonna do a couple quick NPC.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. I did my damage wrong. Hang on, because we had those temporary hit points. So
Yes, you did.
Do we not still have those?
we do still have those. I just didn't deduct them. I just deducted from my main.
I know.
Okay.
I know some of you were given temp hit points, and you were given temp hit points that you were never healed fully to, that you still have potential to get. I think that was an effect of one of Gildea's spells.
It is both 5 temporary hit points as well as increasing their hit point maximum by 5 for the same amount of time.
Okay, so you gave them a temporary 5 points to hit, and then also if they were to be healed fully, they would get another 5, like temporary hit points.
They could potentially be healed 5 points beyond their normal max.
Okay, I understand. All right. So yeah, I think a couple of you got that temporary 5, but never were fully healed to exceed your regular hit
Correct.
points by 5.
Yeah.
No.
But Azriel wasn't as damaged as some of you, so he probably did have the full 5 temporary. Which in some cases is good because he just got shot. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple real quick movements for the NPCs, and then it will be Azriel back up. So let me just run through this real quick. So we got this one here. It's going to 5, 10. Going to take a swing at Azriel, but we are going to move this one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Who is going to begin rushing towards Vaza that he sees. This one here is going to take a swing at you, Azriel. This is that one's die. Ooh, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay.
I want to use my reaction to uncanny dodge it though.
Okay, so do you move spaces or do you just say nope to the damage?
I just half the damage. Whatever he rolls, I half it.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Okay. So I need to roll. Which one am I supposed to roll here? That one. Okay. So I need this and this. So you are going to take 4 damage as he swings his maul down and strikes you. Getting a little distracted by looking over his shoulder from getting hit in the back, probably opened up his window to attack. This other one is not able to hit. We have your guys' friend back here who is going to attack. Let's see if he does anything of value. He does, because that is going to hit. He turns with his halberd and is going to strike this gladiator, and as he does, he impales him under the armor, and you hear the gladiator wail out as he releases the maul that went into the structure and falls with the momentum of the Ashen Storm. So he has killed this specific one here.
The guy we brought with.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy you had brought with us. Very good
That's fine.
damage roll on that. And we are back to the top with Azrael.
Are there any torches around?
Sorry, I put food in my mouth as soon as you asked that. No. So, this pit seems to be lit up. It's interesting when you look up. The pit rises, the gladiator pit, and then there's an incline where everyone sits, and the mountain walls seem to rise up. This seems to be a carved out low point in the mountain peaks. So you see like the mountains rise up around, and the sun is what is creating all the light for this sort of bold area.
Okay. Can I use an action to light a torch?
Yes, you can. Do you have one? I'm sure you probably do.
I do, yeah.
All right, absolutely, yeah. You can do that.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to light the torch, and I'm going to run in between these two dragon gladiator things.
Okay.
I would like to run up the wall and spin all the way down and hopefully hit them with the torch.
Run up the wall and spin all the way down.
Like, I want to run up it, jump down, and then spin and, like, try and hit them with the flaming torch.
Like, hit both of them with the flaming torch?
Yeah.
You're gonna run up the wall and do a pirouette.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is you're gonna, like, run up the wall, backflip off of the wall, and as you're pointing down, almost like in a dive, pirouette downward with the torch, like, held out to your side, so you strike as you spin.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun on this show. You're gonna make me a lot of checks for a second.
I know.
Let me think so I can determine the audacity first.
Dorcas,
Yeah.
I hit Azrael.
Well, you should be used to it by now.
I'm gonna have to buy him another jacket.
Or I could just use magic to repair the one he's got.
Oh yeah, that works. Okay, do that. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're gonna make me. You're gonna get an acrobatics check, so don't. Just hold on first. You're gonna make an athletics check to see if you can run up a wall. You'll make an acrobatics check to see if you can pirouette off the wall. And if your acrobatics check is good enough, I will negate having to roll a hit.
Okay. Okay.
If it's bad, you're gonna have to roll to see if you hit both of these guys.
Okay.
First, make me your athletics check.
Athletics.
Damaged him. He's getting out.
Natural 20!
I'm fucking bullshit! I call shenanigans!
Yes!
Jeez.
This dice is on fucking fire!
I call every fucking shenanigan. Listen to me. Listen, chat. This is unprecedented. There is an epidemic in Terribad Tavern. It is Asriel's ability to roll natural 20s and Vaz's inability to roll higher than a 1.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sweating!
Acrobatics.
I need a fan.
Acrobatics.
See, there it is. There it is! There it is! Let's go!
He gets. Oh my god!
Boy. Yes, yes, yes. Justice, justice, justice. Oh, God. Now I get to play God for a second. Because you succeeded so greatly. Oh, how the mighty fall, I guess I should say. Because, alright. It's interesting. So the thing you're running up, okay? So like when you come forward and you run up this thing here, like the side of it. It's interesting because that isn't quite a wall. It's more of like makeshift platforms. And so you run up this wall and you do your backflip. And you perfect form, you've got it. And you go for your spin. And I don't know how many of you have been on a trampoline and gone for a flip, or watched people do gymnastics and seen people go for their flip. And as they're going backwards, vertigo sets in and they bail out about halfway. Because you flip and you go to spin, and it's such an odd way to twist your body that your mind tells you to bail. And you don't get hurt. You don't get hurt. But you drop the torch about halfway down.
Oh no.
And ignite this section of walkway aflame. See, I was gonna say if it was a low acrobatics, you roll to hit, but you rolled a 1, so I don't think that like constitutes rolling to hit.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Agree. I don't get the hit.
And that's the thing is, so you do this flip, and on your way down, you bail and you panic and you release the torch, and it strikes. Hang on, I can do a thing. That's the cool thing about this. I can do a thing. Give me a sec.
I do want to say something as I land.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, that was a hot drop.
I hate.
I hate it so
You
much.
really tickled Mrs. Nerd. You ignite this section here, and it erupts, and you land on the ground between these two because you didn't go far back enough. And you land, but no damage is dealt, and there is now fire breaking out. And there would probably be cheers if it wasn't for those in the stands violently fighting each other.
I'm gonna lean up to. I'm gonna like whisper up to Vaz and be like, "Do you think he meant to do that?"
It looked like he did.
I like the idea that it's like it's where Vaz is standing, and you're like peeking up over it.
Yeah.
Like, you can just see like the top of your like snout, and you're just like, do you think he meant to do that? Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty sure that's it.
Cool. So I gotta mark somebody off as dead because I forgot to do that. But
the whole turn was just like the prime example of what Azrael can do as far as like really high highs and really low lows.
Yep.
oh my god, it's so good. It was such retribution. This one is going to attack you. As witnessing that, he looks at you and says something in Draconic. I don't believe you speak Draconic.
I don't think I do.
Just want to make sure.
Real,
Yeah, I
he's
don't.
pissed.
He says something in Draconic. Dorcas and Vaza, you sum it up to he looked at the other dragonborn in front of him and went, "The fuck was that?" And then swung to hit. He is just as confused as everyone else. And so we're gonna go ahead and roll his attack for you. You have to be fucking kidding me. You have to be kidding me.
Can we get another one?
He hits! Not what he was trying to! So, he swings down and expects Azrael to immediately stand from his landing. But since he doesn't, he gets a little overzealous and overswings and hits his friend directly across from him in the head. And I'm gonna roll for damage. I fucking hate Azrael.
So I guess I missed.
I hit some, but it wasn't what I was trying to. So I guess I missed. Why does he roll so much damage?
There's more damage being done on both sides by your own party members.
He doesn't kill this dragon in front of him, but he sure fucks him up as he brings the weapon down and hits him in the face and sort of breaks something. I don't know dragon like bone positioning, but it definitely broke something.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. Can we have a normal move? Because another one's up, then the Mind Flayer, then Gildea.
Okay.
5, 10, 15 is going to attempt to attack you. I hate it here. Does an 18 hit?
It's a tie.
Clash! Fuck! He brings his weapon down, and you are able to bring up your shield of return to block his attack just in time as you two are locked in this position. Damn it. For those of you that don't know or might be new here, Clash is a homebrew thing. I don't like the whole tie goes to the runner thing, so when you tie someone's armor class, when you collide, you stay locked in that position, and it takes a successful attack roll on the next person in line's turn to end the clash, or someone acting outside of it. My brain hurts. The Mind Flayer. Okay. Mind Flayer is going to move so he's fully onto this position. He's going to look out at all the fuck shit. Because a lot of it's going on. And he sees Vaza matched at his level. And I need to pull up his spell list. Let me see.
But do you? But do you really?
Yeah, you could nod.
Focus. It's looking at me. It's looking at me.
I
don't know what that one does.
Do you
Looking
think?
at me.
Do you think maybe the next time you shoot, you might actually hit him?
I hope so.
Right. Okay. There might be something I can do.
Need to look up. I don't remember how this spell works, so I need to find the.
Look, it can sense fear. Just don't look like you're afraid of him.
I'm not afraid. I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay. So a sort of black orb appears in the Mind Flayer's hand as it looks at you, Vaza, and it throws this orb, which elongates and turns into this ray, and hits you in the chest. I don't believe he has to roll to hit. Oh, he does. Give me 1 second. He will need to
Wait,
roll
yes,
an
yes.
attack roll. Huh?
I was gonna say the only thing I know that hits automatically is magic missile.
No, I do need to roll hit. I read it a little too fast. Ooh boy.
Oh boy.
Ooh boy. That's gonna be a 19 to hit. Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh no.
This black beam of light strikes you in the chest, and you feel it. You feel this sort of black line wrap around you and tighten, and it goes down your arms, and it squeezes tighter. And as it sort of fades away a little bit, you start to feel like you're not as strong as you used to be.
Oh shit.
And he has cast Ray of Enfeeblement. So on a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. And so as a fighter, I'm not sure that's exactly your modifier. I don't know if is it strength or dex as your modifier for attacks.
For a bow, it'd probably be dex.
Yeah.
Is it dex?
Yeah.
Okay, if that is the case, then this shouldn't overly affect you. But anything you do with strength, for at least until he ends his concentration or the spell ends, which is a minute, so 10 rounds. But until he loses concentration or the spell ends, you will have an issue doing anything that involves strength. You can make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn to see if the spell breaks. So that will be something we'll have to be reminded to do whenever you come around to your turn. So that will be his turn. He sort of looks out and seems to examine the battlefield as he does this, looking, and seems to start, like, the orb in his hand fades, and he starts to seem to dance with a few other lights in his hand. Next up will be Gildea. Then we'll
Does it
have
have
another
any
one.
impact on my curse?
I'm glad you said that. Should you have? I don't know, but I'm glad you said it. Thank you.
Oh no.
Roll me a d10.
Poop.
Stop giving him ideas!
No modifiers, just a d10.
Just a D10.
Yep.
Should just keep my mouth shut. I should
No, but it's so much more fun to say
You already
things.
have enough magic shit going on right now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I can work with this. This hits you, and you feel it constrict and wrap around your arms, and you feel as though you might not be as strong as you used to be. But almost like you're calling upon information, even though you don't know magic. You know the spell. You know how it works. And you redirect the energy, and these sort of tendrils of magic that were wrapping around your arms fully form and become almost like armor around yourself. And as they become solid, you will get a +2 AC until you're hit again. And we will negate the strength, the ray of enfeeblement effect.
Sometimes it's good.
Okay.
I love that I am cursed. I love that I am cursed.
Yeah, so Gildea, you're up. We'll do another gladiator, and then Dorcas and Vaza.
So quick question.
Of course.
You said that, like, duration of 1 minute equals 10 combat rounds?
Should, yeah. 6
Meaning-
seconds per round, right?
Yes.
For everybody to get through their turns. That's a round, right?
Yes.
Okay then.
Oh boy.
Alright.
I'm concerned
So-
as to what she's going to use this math for.
So I would like to move towards the Mind Flayer, and I have a speed of 30 feet.
Okay, so when you say towards, do you want to move at like an angle towards him, or are you trying to move straight up through?
I guess an angle, like, because I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to like go up the rampy bit to get to the mine, like, you know what I mean? I can't just like jump on top of.
Right. And along with this, I will say that with either direction that you go, you will take a attack of opportunity passing someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 5,
So.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here, and you will take an attack of opportunity from this one.
From both of them?
No. You were not close enough to this guy here. At least I don't think you were. Oh yeah, because you passed here, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. So we will do both.
Okay.
Neither of them are going to hit, so it doesn't matter. They rolled below 10, even with modifiers, they ain't gonna hit you. So they both sort of, one isn't really paying attention to you, the other is dazed by getting rocked in the face by his teammate. So neither of them strike as you make your way further up. Is there anything you would like to do from here?
Actually, shit, I just remembered. I was in a clash.
Oh, you were. You are absolutely right. I totally forgot about that. Why didn't I write that down? I usually write that down. I am so sorry.
I sidetracked us because I was asking about the math.
I usually write that down. So let me put a note here, so that we remember. And then that you are in a clash with this one, if I remember correctly. Yes, you are in a clash with that one. Okay, so you will need to make an attack roll on this one to see if you break out.
I think that's. Excuse me.
I'm gonna be honest, I heard the burp, I looked up, I saw Patty with his hand over his mouth like this, because he was like getting something off of his fingers, and I was like, oh, Patty must have burped, and then you said excuse me, and I was like, what the fuck?
Ventriloquism.
It's throwing your voice around.
I mean, it is a skill that I have.
It's true, she does.
That is a 17.
17 will hit, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
So
you...
do...
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet. That's gonna be 11 piercing damage.
Awesome. Alright. You block with your shield and are ready as you throw his weapon to the side and return with your Morningstar, striking him in the chest. He is definitely stunned and hurt by this. He is not dead yet, but he is very hurt with piercing damage that you have inflicted. Okay, I'm going to cross out that clash now, so that way we don't forget again.
And I totally forgot about this the first time, but
you get attack
I get to do the extra attack.
Yeah.
So, because I get to attack twice.
Sweet.
Does that... I'm assuming the clash would count as like one of them.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to use that as one.
Okay. Ooh, I don't think that a 9 is gonna hit.
That will not hit, no.
Okay.
You are unable to recover from your first swing to bring back down on this gladiator. Right.
Okay. I think that's it.
Alrighty. So we are going to grab this one. I believe that's his number. Yeah. And he is going to rush in. And then, by the way, after this, Dorcas and Vaza, you guys will be up.
Cool.
Roll his attack roll here.
Good. Like, do you think it'd be helpful now or later?
Against the mind flare.
Definitely not.
It could be.
A lot of
but
bad rolls suddenly. Does not hit.
It could be, yeah.
All right. So he takes a swing and does not hit you. Misses his strike. So Dorcas and then Vaza, and we'll have a few NPC runs.
Okay. The one that's like again across from me.
Across from you?
Yeah, like.
Okay, you're here.
Closest.
That one? Or you're saying like straight?
That one, yeah.
This guy here. Okay.
Do I need to like move, or can I just pop? Can I just like do a pot shot and just kind of take a shot? And
I'll say you're the one in full cover, so I don't think you. Well, I guess full cover you would have to move, huh? Because if you're in full cover, then he's in full cover.
Do I have to like? So if I don't do my full movement, can I move, take my shot, and move back?
I think so, because I believe movement is just a matter of you can move a certain amount. So if it was
That's
like,
possible.
5 feet attack, 5 feet, I believe is okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pop out.
Okay.
And I'm going to make an attack. I'm gonna do 15.
15 will not hit.
Okay.
Dang.
Does not hit.
Also, quick question on my spell thing. I've got my spell modifier, like or my thing to my attack modifier and my saving throw. Then I have a +2 modifier. Is that to my damage?
I need to look at it. Give me a second. Let me pull up your character sheet, and I'll see what exactly I need to look at.
I mean, it does. I suppose it doesn't matter. I didn't hit, but I'll move back, and that'll be me.
It's fine. So, where specifically are you seeing this?
If I go, like, if I just hit my spell tab, so
Okay.
above all that, it says modifier +2, spell attack +5, save DC 13.
So you're wondering what the modifier is?
Yeah, what is that +2? Oh, is that just my intelligence?
I believe so. Yes,
But
because
again,
you have a +2 intelligence, and then I believe because of your proficiencies, you get a +5 fully to your attack.
So what is that plus? Is that +2 not anything, or?
I believe that's essentially saying like your base modifier is +2.
Yeah.
With proficiencies, it is a total of +5. I think it's not
So
showing. Huh?
I'm not adding 2 to anything.
I don't believe so. No.
You'd be adding the 5 to your spell attack. So whatever you roll on the d20, you'd add 5.
That's what I've been doing. I just didn't know if the 2 was something else.
Yeah, because if you look down through the ones that you can just click and cast, it's all +5 and none of it has the +2. I think it's doing math in the background and not showing you how it got there.
Okay, I'm done then. So move me back behind the box, and because I don't think I can do anything else, right?
I don't believe so unless you have another action.
I do not.
Okay, so we'll move you back. And Vaza, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna aim my longbow at Mind Slayer boy again.
This always goes so well.
12.
For the Mind Flayer, a 12 does not hit. Just barely.
Hang on, hang on, I got that wrong. No, 17, sorry.
God damn.
Whoa.
That's a significant difference.
I forgot my +5.
Everybody's forgetting +5s. Then yeah, that will hit.
Okay. Wow, where's my D8? Eight.
Yeah, you hit it.
8 damage, very well. Okay.
8 damage.
Your arrow goes flying and strikes the Mind Flayer, and it recoils from the strike and sort of screeches out. Again, it hasn't made much noise aside from getting hit. The tentacles that come down from its face sort of wince and curl. But it is not dead yet.
I'm gonna go again.
All right, go ahead.
That's another natural one.
Oh my god!
I want you to guess what's about to happen.
You want me to roll damage?
You know I want you to roll that damage.
Oh. 4.
Azrael,
I'm subtracting it.
you're struck in the back again. And you want to know? You want to know what's really fucked up? If Gildea had actually moved to the point of where she was, I would say it hit Gildea. But because we had to go back and remember that she didn't move, the only one in the way is Azrael. I'm sorry.
Do you know how to shoot a bow?
Sorry, the fire confused me. Why did you make things burny?
Goodness. It's so good.
Can you smell that varnish? Is it not going up your nose?
We're gonna have some real quick movements and attacks and things from our NPC friends here. So give me a second. This one first will attack Azrael because that's where he is standing. Actually, I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll a thing.
That's never good.
The last time we saw this character specifically, he got hit in the face by his own teammate. And he gets hit so hard that the Mind Flayer spell sort of fades. And he remembers why he's here and what he was doing. And if he's getting hit, he needs to respond. And so he is not going to attack Azrael. Rather, he is going to push Azrael aside and attack the man across from him.
Oh.
And that definitely fucking hits.
Okay.
And that's not bad damage. He swings and strikes this other gladiator across from him, and again, the gladiator he hits, you see him sort of shake his head and realize where he is, and begin swinging back. Will be kind of his next turn coming up, not right now, but in the future. And these two seem to no longer be at Azrael, but at one another. We got another gladiator who needs to move. 10, 15. He's gonna take a swing at you, Vaza, who's up above him.
So she gets advantage.
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it. He doesn't hit, regardless. Very low roll.
It.
Yeah. He swings and you kind of hop over as he takes his swing.
I'm gonna slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross.
You're dancing about your curse.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
And then we have your NPC friend here who's going to attack that one. That is not going to hit, so your guys' Ash and Storm helper here does not connect. And Azrael, you are up.
So these two don't give a fuck about me anymore, right?
Yeah, they seem to take their attention off of you.
Well, I am going to take this opportunity to run away. Actually, I'm going to run up to the Mind Flayer. I'm going to dash.
Okay. So that gives you a full 60, right?
70.
70, Jesus.
I have 35.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And here you are. Any bonus actions or anything? You just rush up to
Yep.
him.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to stab him with the trickster's blade.
All right.
That is a 23 to hit.
Jesus, that hits.
Okay. He is solo with me, so I do get sneak attack damage.
Jesus.
Okay. I need all my dice. That is 20 damage.
Jesus.
Yee.
How do you want to do this?
Hell yes.
I want to do this full-on Assassin's Creed style. Like, I want to tackle him and just drive it into his face.
You rush up this ramp, and the mind flare, having been hit by an arrow, has turned and sees you as you rush up the ramp, but has not enough time to react as you jump in the air, throwing him off of the platform you are both on and landing into the sand below as you drive the trickster's blade from your wrist into his head. You see the tentacles sort of try to reach out, and almost as if they're trying to grab you, and then they fall limp down past him into the sand. You do this, and from him you feel a massive of energy. And as the purple wave shoots out, there is a sudden lack of screams and crying out. The gladiators in front of you all that were taking swings stop mid-motion. The two gladiators that were fighting each other seem to look around to figure out why things got so quiet. As you all look up, you see a devastating sight of there are many people who were in the stands that have died due to the fighting that broke out there. There's blood across the seats, some people blood all over their hands and face as they look around, and the whispering curse is broken. And you have all defeated my mind flayer. Combat ends. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I'm going to switch this over here.
I'm just going to roll over onto my back and just lay there. I'm not doing so hot.
I'm gonna run over to Asriel and I'm gonna give him a healer's kit.
Okay. So the healer's kit, I believe you have to make a medicine check to see how well it does, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing it, or are you giving Asriel to do himself? Just so I know who's rolling for this.
Do you have a plus on your medicine?
The face of like,
I have 2.
You have 2. I have nothing. This is for you. I've damaged you enough. I'm not gonna try and heal you. I'm gonna buy you a nice new coat. Okay.
How much damage do I take from the natural one?
I love every part of this.
This is feast or famine with you tonight.
I love every
Both
part of
of
this.
them.
This is amazing. Let me just take a second to appreciate it. Well, how much does it? Let's look up a healer's kit. I need to look up a healer's kit and equipment. Where's the gear tab? Tools. 54.
I don't know that it would help. I don't know that it's not really used to heal. It's just used to stabilize, really.
Let me see what we got going on here.
I could really use some of that healing mud from a different universe.
Somewhere. There's a mad scientist snickering. I'm not even seeing healers. Where's healers?
Hey!
What?
Gladiator Biani! What the fuck? Why'd you hit me?
I don't really know.
I don't really know why I was attacking you either.
I ever wonder why we're here?
Yeah.
It's one of the life's greatest mysteries, isn't it?
What the? What? Where are we?
There it is, healer's kit.
Might as well be in the middle of a box canyon.
Might as well.
Yeah, so I guess the healer's kit is more used to stabilize, so it wouldn't heal you to begin with. So I'll say the natural one isn't in effect because you were not unconscious.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The Mind Flayer's body is still there, right?
Yes, laying next to Azrael.
I'm gonna loot that thing.
Alrighty. You find something. Alright. Okay. So you are gonna find 13 gold. You find a couple mundane ritual items. You recognize them. You wouldn't recognize what exactly ritual they all need to be used for in the same instance, but you know that these are items someone would use if they did a ritual. And you find a letter. What languages do you speak?
I only have 2, but for some reason I feel like it should be more than that. But oh, that's Pathfinder though, isn't it? No, so just Common and Draconic.
Common and Draconic. Okay, you do not speak or read the language that is written.
What if I
this
already
piece of
cast Comprehend Language?
Then you probably could. Tell me about Comprehend Language.
So.
Is it a new spell you learned?
No, well, yeah. I mean, it's always been there. I just haven't used it yet.
Taking up a spell slot, hoping one day.
One day it'll be.
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear, or you also understand any written language that you see. But I must be touching the surface of what the words are written on in order to read it. It takes about a minute to read 1 page of text.
I see. As you mull over this letter, the words start to manipulate, and you don't identify what language it is, right? You just can read it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you sort of the letters and markings seem to change and manipulate, you start to understand it as either Common or Draconic, whichever you naturally resort to. And it states.
Dungeon Master is pulling up his files.
Dungeon Master pulling up his many files. Okay. The time is almost here. Prepare the whispers. Take Vular. And it is signed as a little dash B. Like the letter B. B.
Huh.
Anything else on him?
Nothing that you find of value, aside from what he's wearing.
Is he wearing a nice jacket?
He's wearing like really cool robes. If I'm going off the picture, he's got like cool like metallic and like dark leather robes that are kind of cool.
I'm gonna strip his body and give all of the stuff to Azrael.
Gross. But okay. gross, but okay. Um, Azrael, you are handed these long black, sort of leathery robes made from a material that you don't quite recognize. They are edged with metal and metallic sort of adornments to make them shine. The so there's a metal chest plate that is sort of able to come off of it, and the collar rises way up past your ears, and it falls back to a sort of uh, cape, but it's a little torn and ragged, so it's not a like full long covers your shoulders cape. More of like it goes down to about, I'd say, your knees cape.
Thanks.
Thanks. Right. If you wish, you may add mind flayer robes to your inventory, Azrael.
Do they do anything for me?
No, they're just kind of clothes. To cover
You like?
your nudity. To cover your naughty bits.
Can we take our bathroom break now?
Of course you can. I was actually just about to suggest that. So everybody, we're going to go on a quick break here. We're going to let these people below me and myself use the bathroom, get snacks and drinks, whatever else we need. There won't be really any audio or anything. I like to play music, but we can't just because of the way my audio is set up. So we will be back in just a couple short minutes. Shouldn't be too terribly long. So if you're on YouTube, fast forward, and if you're not on YouTube, just sit tight and we'll be right back. Alright, everybody, we have returned. Thank you all for waiting. I hope you all got your snacks and stretched and everything you needed to do while we were gone. So you guys are standing in this gladiator pit, having defeated the mind flayer. People are looking around confused. There are some screams and crying coming from the crowd. And as you stand here, you hear a woman's voice shout, "What is this?" And you look up to one of the spots in. It's a little raised up above everything else that is going on. It seems to be a private sort of booth. And you see Lady Goldscale standing up there. She seems to have a few advisors surrounding her. One of which, Dorcas, you recognize as your father, is standing next to Lady Goldscale. And you see him sort of whisper something to her, and she looks out at everything. And she is sort of taking in the gravity of everything that has just occurred, the death that has happened in the stands, the events that have transpired in the pit. And she looks down, her voice booming out, "You in the pit! Take the door. Return to my palace." And she sort of turns away and disappears back behind the drapery that covers this box. Some of the individuals, the gladiators that still live, who are very hurt, are looking around and go. One of them says, "Does she mean all of us, or just the ones that weren't supposed to be here?" She probably meant the ones that weren't supposed to be here. That makes more sense.
It's not you. It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were supposed. You showed up out of nowhere. We were supposed to be here, so yeah, we'll clean this up, or somebody will. I don't know who does it. You guys, yeah, should go. It's a little weird.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm gonna help Asriel up.
Okay. Who? Do you still have the arrow? I mean, you fell on your back, so I guess the arrows probably broke off.
Probably.
But yeah, you help Azrael to his feet, hurt and bleeding. Do you all just head to the palace? Is there anything any of you want to do?
I head to the palace.
Okay. Everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. Just want to make sure I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I want to do something different. You're all directed through the tunnels that kind of lead to the gladiator entrance by a couple different, staff members, people who clean up afterwards, sharpen weapons, things like that. They lead you out. You find yourselves in a part of the city that you have not seen yet. It is within the caves that are dug out throughout the different sections, having small gathering areas, but primarily just residential, carved on either side of these long passageways in the mountains. As you make your way through them, led presumably by Dorcas and Vazu, who have probably seen these portions of the city before, you are led out to the market district of Vular. It sits on the one side of the cracked, to the right. If you were looking at the large crevice that cuts the city in half, it is to the right side. It is sort of a large flattened out area where people can trade somewhat low to the mines, closer to the bottom of the mountain face, so that way people can get wagons and things up there quickly. You cut your way up into the richer parts of town and eventually finding your way to the palace, where, just as before, you are led inside by the same doorman you had seen already. As you're led to the main large door, instead of giving you the whole rundown of how you will be addressed and what you will do, he seems to turn off to a different hallway, leading you back into the more inner worked areas of the palace. You eventually stand outside of a large wooden door as he turns to all of you. Alright, so here's what will happen. You are about to enter what we call the Situation Room. This room, there are no prying ears or eyes. Anyone inside is fully aware of situations and knows that they are meant to be in there and has a purpose. You are being brought into the events that have happened and are currently being cleaned up. Please enter, be as respectful as possible. No, if I can give you some advice, no one in there is on your side. They are on the side that fixes the problem. Or at least that's what I've seen when I've guarded the indoors.
That's cool. We fixed the problem.
Well, there is now a new problem. They'll discuss inside. He pushes the doors open, and you see a large table that has a 3D model of the city of Vular. The mountain stretches up off the table. You see different houses and things placed, almost like a full miniature battle set, set out to sort of point out different sections of Vular, and that is only at one end of the table, as you see the full mountain range of Telbach, and this seems to be an entire geographical accurate map of the Telbach region. It is a very large table that sits in a center of a domed, or not a domed, a rounded room. Standing around this table on the mountain side, you see the Lady Goldscale, her sort of, not servant, but the individual who was at her side, words are so bad. I hate English. It's gonna come to me. I'm gonna get it. It's right there. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's not secretary. But he might as well be. No.
Advisor, vizier.
Advisor is a good word. I think we'll use that one. It's the best one I can think of without thinking of the actual word I want. Her advisor, who was speaking for her when you all originally met, as well as you see Dorcas. You recognize your father amongst this crowd. Of course, none of you realize that. And there are a few other individuals, two of them who you have not met nor do you recognize. As you enter this room, Lady Goldscale looks up and goes, "Finally, you're here. So, what in the fuck was that?"
Was us getting rid of the whispers.
Half of my city was killed in an all-out brawl in the gladiator pits.
If we had done nothing, the rest of him would have fallen as well. I'm gonna put the letter that I took off the mind flayer and slide it across the table.
She grabs the letter and looks at it, and you see her sort of like move it back and forth. And she goes, "What is this?"
I tell her what it says. I do not know what language it is, but I'm sure in your infinite wisdom and resources, you have someone who probably does.
She nods, and she turns to one of the individuals you don't recognize, and she goes, "Misha, lose the charade." And this dragon folk that is standing in front of you, they put their hands to their face and sort of comb their hands over their head, and you watch as the scales vanish and it turns to softer skin, and a disguised self is lifted, and Misha, one of the silver wolves, one of the twins silver wolves, is now standing here, her hood brought down, and she is handed the note and looks it over, and she goes, "He's fully telling the truth. and she tosses it onto the table. She goes, "My apologies to all of you. This is sort of on the low that I'm here. Certain people aren't supposed to know about it."
I hate to interrupt. However, might I inquire about some medical attention, or would you like me to just bleed everywhere?
Everyone turns to you, and Misha goes, "Holy shit! Why are you? What?" She rushes over and grabs you, and she goes, "Come over here. I'm gonna see if I can seal this up." And sort of lays you onto a table that's sitting off to the one edge of the room. And she begins working on you. She's not really using magic. She seems to be using more menial forms of medicine to try to get the bleeding and things to stop. Lady Goldscale sort of rubs her head and she goes, "Alright, so the whispers were an integral part of this plan you all were telling me about when you first came here."
Aye.
Flair created the whispers.
Okay.
Wait, who did?
The mind flare.
Oh, I thought you said someone else. Okay.
So that's what that thing in my pit is.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay. I can definitely say I've never seen one close. I've only seen them in books and, the occasional things that people say, "Oh, this is a mind flayer tentacle," but no one can ever be certain. Alright,
I'm going to explain to her what we did. So, like, we went down into the cave, we found it attacked us, and the only
Gotcha.
way out was this secret passageway that led into the gladiator pit, where it attacked us again, and the crowd.
Aren't there other agents down there as well, the Ashen Storm?
There were, yes. You left a few behind.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her that.
Do you mention all of that,
Mike.
Vaza?
Yeah.
The members of the Ashes Storm and everything? Okay, just making sure. She goes, "Very well." She turns to one of the other individuals you don't recognize. She goes, "Get someone down there to clear it out, make sure it's fully secure." They nod, and they leave the room, and she goes, "So where is this member that helped you all escape now?"
He's dead.
You're sure of that?
Quite sure.
He fell in the pit.
Out of game question, when did you kill him?
We didn't.
We didn't.
He didn't. He's still alive.
Yeah. As far as you're all aware, he's still alive, but he's not here with you right now.
He was with us in the pit. We don't know what happened after the mind flayer was destroyed.
I thought he died in the pit.
No.
No, the one that
He helped kill one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you say he's dead. She goes, "And you're certain of that?" I think
Not
Mr. Nerd
certain.
in actuality is confused.
Yeah, because you said he died.
No, I never said he died.
No. We're not sure if
There
he's
was-
dead. He
so
was
there
pretty
was-
roughed up.
When he helped you all get out, one of them did die. One of them died down in the mind flayer area.
Okay?
Yeah, but the other one made it out with us.
The other one helped
Yeah,
you
I know
out.
that.
There
I
was
know.
the one that attacked him, embedded his weapon into the wall. Gildea attacked that one. Then he attacked that one and killed it.
Okay,
He
so
was-
he was the one who killed something. Okay.
Yes, he was otherwise unhelpful during the rest of the attack.
Okay, then never mind. I don't say he's dead because that's what I literally thought he was.
Okay, all good. So backtracking a little bit. What happened to the one that helped you escape?
I don't know.
He was with us in the pit.
Very well. He must have snuck away while everyone was trying to get out of there. We'll make sure that a search party is going out for him, and if we can prove the location of the others down below, it'll probably help us get a description of himself and what exactly we should be looking for. I must say I'm slightly impressed with all of you that I gave you an impossible task and you succeeded in it.
Appreciate it may not have happened exactly in the way you would have liked it to.
Not in any way, shape, or form, actually. A vast number of my population that consider themselves safe here is now dead, and I need to find a way to explain it. And I don't know if you've noticed, my exact "shut up because I told you so" rule isn't working as much as it used to.
Tell them the truth.
The truth would be political suicide.
It seems that you do understand. When she says that, your father Dorcas sort of chirps up from the other side of the table, and goes, "Of course he understands. The boy's my son. He's been growing up around this shit since he was born." There's a look of surprise on Lady Goldscale's face, and he goes, "So, tell me, Dorcas, you seem to know exactly how things are going to go if we tell everyone. What is your suggestion as to handling the awful situation we find ourselves in?"
Terrorist attack was made on Queen Eleanor to try and disrupt everything that she's doing. A similar attack is being made against you in order to cause war, in order to turn you against your allies. If you make this plot, or at least spin it that way, people will rise up to do the opposite of what these terrorists intend to do. Give them someone else to blame besides you.
Terror.
If you paint the picture that they have already attempted and done things to other royal family members, it takes some of the heat off of you.
Father kind of fixes himself and looks to Lady Goldscale and he goes, "I mean, the war gnome has done worse things. It's not exactly a lie if we say that another terror attack happened, and I suppose we could blame him."
I chime in. I chime in as I figure she's probably got me at least patched up.
Yeah, the bleeding has stopped. She's wrapping you, essentially.
Yeah. Might I recommend a way we can all help each other? You see, we came here to get your support for the Queen. And your people watched us kill this would-be assassin. What if we spoke on your behalf? If you agreed to give the Queen aid?
Interesting. I mean, technically, we do already give the Queen aid. As he's saying that, he's interrupted, and Lady Goldscale goes, "He doesn't mean that, Queen." So, you're suggesting that you're painted as the heroes here. There's no fault to us. We don't have to worry about giving a cover story because you will talk to the press and give it yourselves. And when you do that, all we have to do is help when the Queen, your Queen, calls. Very well, but I will take some credit to the extent of your mercenary work. I need to paint myself in a good light, at least get something for this.
As well you should, for it was your infinite wisdom that sent us on this task.
Having heard of our exploits, you summoned us to your kingdom to uncover this nasty plot against your people. That's how I remember it.
I want both of you to make charisma checks with advantage.
Oh boy.
Not bad.
Straight charisma?
Yeah.
14.
That's a 22 with a natural 20.
God damn! Dorcas, you say what you say about the infinite wisdom. And Lady Goldscale looks at you, and she goes, I'm starting to like you, and I find it odd. Then again, your father being who he is. And then, Azrael, you say what you say about her, putting you on this mission, and she goes, you are both wise beyond your years. Probably you not so much, Elf, considering the amount of time you live. Regardless. Very well. I will permit you free reign of the city. I will gift you and your group, say, 400 gold total to split amongst yourselves as thank you for your steam and work and solving a problem I did not quite think would be fixed. You may stay in the city as long as you like, though I'm sure you have other work, and I will ensure that tomorrow there will be a press conference that I will lead where all of you will speak at, so you must stay at least one more night. I apologize. Where would you like this conference to be held? Give you all choice of that.
Is there like a a speaking area within the city, like a general staging area?
We used to have a small theater district. I believe the indoor amphitheater is still there. If it hasn't been renovated, at least. We can use that. It's on the other side of the city, far away from the gladiator pits, so hopefully no one will have any reason to be snooping around over there while my men do an investigation. 2 birds with 1 stone.
That would work.
I'll make all the arrangements. She motions to her assistant and goes, pay them before they leave, and ensure that you find out where they're staying. I will call upon all of you tomorrow morning to prepare you.
There is one other matter, if I may, Lady Goldscale.
Of course.
Something I found which might be of interest to you.
Something you found? Well, if it pertains to the investigation.
Not this investigation per se, but I believe it belongs to you or your family.
She just sort of looks at you, a little odd.
I approach your majesty.
She sort of waves you over.
Okay, so I'm gonna come over and kneel.
Okay.
And then take out the piece that I found on the ship.
The necklace.
Yes.
You hand it to her, and she sort of stares at it for a few moments. And you're in this kneeled position, sort of waiting for her to respond. And you see tears well up in her eyes. And she sort of grips the amulet very tight in her clawed hand and just goes, where did you find this?
I found it when our ship was under attack. I did not know if it was being carried by the people on the ship or the people who were attacking it.
I see. you see a tear sort of run down her face as she quickly wipes it away and tries to compose herself. She goes, This deserves. I need some time. Everyone leave, now.
Do you wish? I stand up.
And as you all sort of begin shuffling out of this room, Azrael, go ahead and heal for. I'm gonna roll. I might as well roll. Why not, right?
Try and grab the attention of the silver wolves woman.
Okay.
As we leave.
Azrael, 14 points.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're leaving, Misha is also walking out the same door with you, and so you are able to get her, pull her aside in the hall.
I'm gonna grab out the double-edged sword and just explain, like, it's got a curse on it. Is there anything that she can do to remove the curse?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, ugh. Let me see. She kind of runs her hands over it, and a power glows from her hands as she looks over. She goes, I can't. I can't do it with raw magic. I would need probably someone else helping me, and I would need a significant amount of resources. I could, but I can't now. I'm here on a scouting mission. The Queen doesn't know I'm here. Robert sent me. He wanted me to make sure things were going to go all right whenever you guys got here. I showed up a little late, and I apologize for that, but the Queen doesn't know I'm here right now, so I couldn't just ask for help.
Okay. Well, will you give it some thought as to how it can be removed?
I think I have a book about stuff like this back at the capital, and if I get some information and I can get to you in a timely manner, I will. It's just travel time and all that. So if I can get back to you, I will. But if you find someone else first, if you see anyone associated with the crown, let them know.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I'll jot this down. I'll keep this in mind.
Thank you. And I take it back from her.
Okay. Where do you all go? As you leave the palace, you are handed a large pouch with 400 gold to disperse as much yourselves as you wish. I assume you all take 100, and if that's the case, you can add that to your inventory.
I'm gonna tap Azrael on the shoulder and go, do you want me to pick something out for you, or do you just want the gold?
Gold is always nice.
I'm gonna give him 50 of my gold.
Okay, Azrael, take an extra 50.
I mean, I need to rest before we do anything else.
Back to mine then.
Gold though.
You're gonna what?
I said I am gonna take my gold, but
Well,
yes.
yeah, of course, but I suppose we could do that.
Cool.
Oh, wait, there is. I do have to go somewhere before we go to your house.
Okay. Would you like company?
I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you were with me.
Okay.
Alright. Azrael.
Seems a little weird for the other two of us to go back to Vaz's dad's place without Vaza.
I'm totally going.
Going where?
Okay.
Oh, with.
I'm going back to Vaz's.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going back to Vaz's.
He's like, I'm done. I'm spent.
That maid is enamored with us. It wouldn't.
It's kind of true.
All right. So, Gilead, are you headed back with Azrael?
No, I think I'm gonna go with the other two.
Okay.
I
We're
felt
gonna-
like exploring the city and
We're gonna leave Azrael alone to his own devices. This could be good.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so let's go. So, Dorcas. Yeah. Dorcas, where are you going to find her?
Kava?
Yeah.
Well, what time of day is it?
I'd say it's a little just afternoon.
She's probably still at the mine then, so.
Okay.
That's
So
fine.
you'll head to the mine festival. Follow Gildea. You said you wanted to look around the city, see the sights. You have not. I mean, you said you're following them, but you wanted to see the city. I want you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Just since you're, I feel like in this instance, because of what you said, you're acting more like a tourist than, entourage.
You don't see shit.
What'd you get? 5?
5.
Okay. It was lagging out a little bit. I apologize. So yeah, I mean, aside from the stuff you guys seen, from your normal walk to and from, you don't notice anything majorly different. No specific places that stand out. Nothing, crazy going on. We'll go with you guys first, and then I'll do Azrael's. So, you all make it down to the mines. There's a little bit of carnage going on, but no one seems to be actively working. Since the investigators have been sent to go down into the mine, a lot of people have been asked to stop operations for a short period of time. At least that's what you hear as Zeltron is making an announcement to all of the workers. And as you see him making this, you see Kava off to the side, sort of trying to direct a couple people on what they should do with a few carts of ore.
All right, then I'm going to approach her and just say, well, I didn't die.
She kind of jumps when you say that, and she goes, I thought you were coming out the same end that you already went through.
Yeah, that,
Typically that's how a mine works. You go down and come back. You don't come out the other side.
Alright, well, there's a bit more to this mine than we maybe originally thought.
Yeah, the investigators kind of took over. They said they need to look into some things. I don't know what specifically, but apparently it's important.
It is.
She kind of like punches your shoulder. She goes, glad you're not dead.
I kind of wince a little bit because I'm, injured, but I take it, good-heartedly.
Yeah. She goes, so, what's your plan now?
We have to stay at least another day.
Oh.
And my father knows that we're here.
Oh.
Although for once he didn't seem like I was an undesirable, strangely enough. Not really sure how to take that.
Well, I mean, where'd you see him?
With Lady Goldscale.
That's probably why. I mean, Lady Goldscale's she kind of like looks around a little bit. She goes, Lady Goldscale's a tyrant bitch, but you don't exactly throw your authority around when you're in a room with her.
I know.
So, might be reason.
Maybe he's trying to vie for favor. I wouldn't put that past him.
I mean, he owns the mine now, so probably just trying to work his way up in the world. Anything you need from me?
No, I promised you I'd come back after we were done.
Yeah.
And I've broken promises before, and I don't intend to break another.
Well, it's good you came back. Told you would. You were scared.
Oh, always right. Kava, as always.
Well, I mean, one of us has to be.
Heavy burden, I'm sure.
The heaviest. My tail drags in the mud from it.
Anyway, I don't know where we're going after this, but I'll let you know when we do.
All right. Well, I'll probably come by. Either tonight, tomorrow. Talk to you guys. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk to your friends there.
Very well. I'm gonna just kind of start walking out the mine.
As you walk away, Vaza Kava hugs you, very tightly, and she's like, "Are you staying?"
The night. We don't know.
You know I don't mean the night.
If we have to move on, I have to go with them.
Keep him safe, alright?
You too. Come
Yeah.
by tonight.
Sure. She turns and looks at you, Gildea, and goes, "You.
Yeah.
Look, I know you and I don't know each other. I know you know my name. I'm Kava. What's yours?"
Gildea.
It's nice to meet you, Gildea. Look. I know he has a very flirty personality. But
Sure.
he looks at you in an interesting way. And I saw the look just before you guys went into the mine, and listen, it may not be your cup of tea, it may not be the way you go, and I understand that. I'm just saying, at the very least, he looks up to you.
It does more than that.
What?
Look, it might be nothing, like I said. I haven't seen him in a long time. All I'm saying is just, don't take his kindness for granted. Because he has a kind heart, but he's kindest most to the people he really thinks deserve it. And he looks at you like that. That's all I got, really.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah. She sort of steps back. She goes, "I have work to do, but I'll see you all tonight. I'll come by."
As she turns around to go, I'm going to use my tail and slap her on the arse cheekily.
She sort of looks back at you and kind of like stares daggers, but with a smile. And moves back towards the mine. Azriel,
Yes.
you sort of stumble your way through the door of the Rordic residence. You know, you're not bleeding as bad as you were, but you're definitely not in great shape. What is it that you do? The gnomish butler looks up to you, and he kind of goes, sir, are you okay?" And like rushes over, and even though he is much significantly shorter than you, attempts to support your weight as you stumble your way in. He goes, "Is there anything I can do for you, sir?"
I need medical attention and food and drink. I was in a great battle.
I can see that. Is everyone else all right? He begins leading you towards the kitchen.
Everyone is okay. As you can see, I took a few arrows protecting Vaza.
Oh, well, I'm sure her mother and father will be happy to hear that. He steps onto a stool, and throws everything off the kitchen table, and sets you down. And you see a liveliness in this gnome that you haven't seen your entire time here. He looks up and screams, and it booms out through the room, "We've got a live one!" as he begins like removing your coat, and you see as the medicine woman who usually sees Vaz's father rushes in, uh, and she goes, "All right, I'm gonna take care of you. Um, what exact? Oh my God, what the fuck? Okay." She clasps her hands together, and a light shines from them, and she holds her hands down on you, and it burns and stings. But as she moves her hands away, it starts to soothe in the spots that she already went over. Um, and the gnomish the gnomish butler is like holding your hand very tightly. He goes, "It's gonna be all right, son. You're gonna make it. It's okay." And is like tapping your chest. He goes, I'm gonna make you a stiff drink, and I'm gonna see what we have in storage as of our meats, and perhaps we can get you a snack and something to hold you over. You stay right here." And he
I
sort of,
don't know how I'm doing.
"You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay." He sets your hand down, and you hear him sort of rush off into the other room. The healer is standing over you. The situation calms down. He seems to be the driving energy in this room as he runs off, and the healer is just sitting over you, running her hands across just over your body, and she goes, "That he's a little much, but if I can ask, what happened? What the fuck happened? 'Cause this is a lot."
Well, you see, there was a great battle in the Colosseum. There, and you'll hear a lot about this tomorrow. We have been hired by Lady Goldscale to give a press conference on our heroics. I took on 5 different evildoers. Some of them firing from a range, aiming at Lady Vaza. As you can see, these 2 arrows here. I dove in front, make sure she was not harmed.
Make a deception check.
Wow.
That is.
But he has such high modifiers.
That is a 23.
Yeah.
There you go.
She goes, "Well, that's very heroic of you, if I might say, but I'm worried less about the recent stuff." The healing, the light kind of moves away from her hand, and do you have a vest under your coat? I don't fully understand how your outfit works. Is it like a 3-piece suit style thing, but the jacket is like a long coat? Like, what is the thing?
So yeah, it's very much like a fancy. Yeah, it would be more like a 3-piece suit, but there is leather armor underneath.
Got you. Okay. So she pushes the clothes aside and unhooks and pulls the leather armor over to sort of reveal your bare torso, and she goes, "It's less these," and she points out the recent electricity marks and this, arrow wounds and things, and she goes, "And it's more these," and she points to a different part of your torso where there are scars, long existing scars. And she goes, "What happened here?" And she sort of touches it to kind of get an understanding of how long it's been there. And when she touches one part of your body, you have a quick flashback to a point when you had forgotten you were stabbed at a much younger age from what you are now, before you even hit 100, where you were stabbed by a blade, and it was dark, and you were in an alley, but you don't remember what city you're in, and all of these emotions come flooding back of almost a sense of betrayal as she touches this and that spark hits you. And you seem to wince a little, and she darts her hand back. She goes, I'm sorry, is that fresher?"
I push her hand away and just kind of sit up.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
It's nothing.
Okay.
I think I'm okay.
All right. If that's the case, I'll go back to my duties. But if you need something, you can call upon me at any time. as she's saying this, the gnomish man runs back in, and he sets a glass on the table next to you and a bit of salted meat on a tray, and he goes, "I got everything I think I needed. The drink is dwarven ale, very strong, and the meat here, freshly cured. It should be perfect." And starts like handing food over to you so you can eat.
I start tasting and drinking. Yes. I hate to be a bother, but is there any fresh fruit?
I'm sure I can find some. I'm sure I can find some. I'll be right back. And he shuffles out of the room again, and the healer sort of takes a step away from you, and just sort of nods and goes, I'll be around." And after a little while of you eating and drinking, the rest of you arrive back at Vaz's home. You see Azriel is just kind of chilling out. I feel like at this point he's probably moved to the foyer because it's a comfortable couch, and is just chilling with drinks and food. Some fresh fruit and salted meats and things.
Have I been able to tell multiple members of the household the story?
Yeah, I would say at this point you've told the butler this story, you've told the healer this story, you told Vaz's stepmother this story. If you could tell her dad, you would, but the healer would not let you in because of his condition. But yeah, I would say you have successfully told all those in the house that you were successfully able to.
Outstanding.
So yeah, you all arrive to see Azriel just kind of chilling. What would you all like to do now, if anything?
Well, you seem to be receiving a hero's welcome.
Oh yes, it was such a hard-fought battle that Vaz's family has been so gracious.
I mean, they seem the sort.
Is anyone fussing over him right now? Or has anybody like greeted us to be like, oh?
I would say that I would say your mother-in-law or stepmother comes in and she goes, "Oh, you're all here. This man has been telling us the story of what happened, and I can't believe you all didn't come straight home. But it's so good to see you all." Vaza, she sort of hugs you at the waist. She goes, "You owe this man your life. But I understand if you don't want us to swoon over him. We've been taking very good care of him. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Are you hurt?"
Gonna kind of look in his direction because I'm already immune to his bullshit. However, I did shoot him in the back twice. So I'm just gonna kind of give him this like look of like, so you're playing my family. And then I'm just gonna be like, what he said is exactly what happened.
My goodness, incredible. I must say, just as invigorating of the story with the chicken. I so many stories that you and your friends have. It's exhilarating, I must say, at the very least. Let me get you all something to drink. I'm sure you're very parched. You need something, and we'll get you food, and you all must relax. And if there's anything you need more, when I come back, you let me know. Is there anything you need now? As she's like slowly stepping out of the room.
Food and drink will do fine.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
She darts down the hall. Is there anything y'all want to discuss or do for your day? I mean, you have like the full day ahead of you. We're getting into the open world section where you all have the time and resources as you wish. You may do as you please. I'm just here to tell you what happens next. If y'all have any ideas or thoughts.
I mean, I'd possibly like to go out to shops, but I also want to take a long rest to regain my spell slots.
I'm gonna pull Dorcas aside and be like, I think we should tell my dad who you are.
If you think it's for the best, what about the other
While-
two?
Whilst he's still here.
Aye. Perhaps he'll know something about. Perhaps he'll know something.
Well, do you all go to do that now? Or would you like to
Well,
do
not
that
everyone knows, do they? Asriel and Gildea don't know yet.
now? No,
Oh,
you've
no,
still
they-
stayed pretty hush from them.
Does she come back with the food yet?
Yeah, I would say she comes back with food and drink for all of you to enjoy.
I'm chowing down.
Gildea's happy with food.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, so all right, do you want to go do this now, or do you want to? How do you want to do this?
Let's go now.
All right.
Azrael and Gildea, you are left in the foyer to eat and drink and enjoy yourselves. Of course, as you sit down and just begin chowing down on the food that you were given, Vaz and Dorcas, you hear just so slightly as your stepmother sits and goes, "So I've heard the whole thing from his side. I want another point of view of this story. Tell me everything." Directing towards you, Gildea. And you may think of your response if you'd like. We will jump to Dorcas and Vaza being allowed in to see Vaza's father, just as you were before.
You have no reason to lie for him, so it's just weird.
The healer requests that the last time you both entered, the healer was able to leave, but she requests that she stay present, but she will stay silent in the corner, just in case, as you know, it is not normally his resting time, but she wants to make sure he's okay. So she sits on a small cot that's in the corner, and just rifles through a book as you both approach to see him. He is not asleep, but he is just laying in bed, sort of staring at a painting on the wall.
I'm gonna go over and tell him about the what's just happened, that we've defeated and the whispers have gone. And then also say to him, also, Lady Goldscale's going to be here tomorrow to recognize us as heroes.
His eyes have been getting wider and wider as the story is told, but when you say that, it's almost like life is brought back into him. As he looks so surprised, he goes, "Not only is my daughter a hero to this city, but she is being recognized by the very family I stand against. What a slap in the face to that scaly bitch."
I thought you'd like that.
Don't get me wrong, if you were to be recognized by any family, I'd want them to be dwarven, but the fact that she has to recognize you, she's going to hate it. I'll be there. He sort of turns and looks in the healer's direction. He goes, "I'll be there. I'll make sure I am taken out of this home to watch this happen."
I also have something else to tell you.
There's
And
more to
then-
this.
I get close to him and whisper in his ear so that the healer can't hear, and point with my eyes at Dorcas and say, "That is my brother."
You pull your face away to see his reaction, and he sort of darts his eyes back and forth between the two of you. He goes, "You're sure? You're positive?
Positive.
Not a doubt in your mind, Vasa?"
No. And
Boy.
then I do this to Dorcas to like join the conversation.
He raises a hand very shakily as you're waving Dorcas over. He goes, "Boy, come here."
Okay, I walk over.
He sort of gestures for your head to come down towards him. He places his hand on your cheek, and even though he's making contact with you, you still feel it shaking. And he stares deeply into your eyes and kind of examines your face. He goes, "The spitting image of your father." Your father was a dwarf. That's the joke, son. And he kind of like taps your cheek a little bit. He goes, "Señor Skrios."
I
Very well.
am.
He tears up a bit. He goes, "It's good to meet you finally. Never got to meet you when you were born, or hatched rather, but it's good to see you grown up to a strapping young man. Let me think. What do you want to know, if anything? Assume you have more questions than I do."
Do you know who my real parents are?
"No. I'm sorry to tell you, but both your parents were dead before we arrived. I do know where they lived.
Where?
It's a farmhouse just on the other side of the border. Well, I say other side, but about a third of the way between the border and the capital of Seville. It was on the edge of the town we were supposed to save. The town is probably just farmlands now. But the house, it was still standing when we left."
The family who took me in, their clan name is Dardendrian. My father is Creve, or the man who I call father.
I know them.
I was told that I was either my supposed father or mother's bastard. I do this if I was just brought to them.
You're not one of their bastards. Your mother. You of course know you have older siblings. Your mother attempted to have another brood. She couldn't. You were her blessing. Your father wanted none of it, but she accepted you. A way of convincing her that you were hers was to call you a bastard. You're not theirs, and I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry about. You've given me a real family.
I know your father, the one who saved you. Skrios, Senior. If he could see you now, would be prouder than I am of my own daughter.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. When he left Skrios with the family that he did, he said he had an important mission. He didn't tell me what it was. I haven't heard from him since. So what? How old are you now? 19, 20?
19,
You hatched late. Couldn't tell you where he is or if he lived.
So this man saved me and Vaza
Yes.
from the fate that killed both our parents.
He did.
Do you know what happened to them? Who did it?
It was a raid, son. War efforts. The village burned because Telbok attempted an assault from this side and they got across the border and, well, war is how war is.
Somehow, if it's war, it's less personal that way, and means that I don't have to go find someone.
No. Son, I did not fight
Do you
in the
remember
war.
their names?
There was no name recognizable for the door or letters. I never met them. It was a house we were meant to search. Us saving you was not a part of the mission. We had to keep it secret for a long time. So, I cannot help you in finding them.
You have provided me with everything you could. For that, I thank you.
I hope it's enough, and I hope when you go there, because I expect you will, you find what it is you're looking for.
In part, I already have, and I grab Vaz's hand.
He reaches out and puts his hand on both of yours, and he goes, "It's good to know that when I'm gone, she will not be without family." I will be at your event tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. I'll make sure I'm there.
We'll make sure that the name of Rordic sticks in the gold scale's mouth.
Make it a thorn in her side. Make it ring louder than hers does now. I can't wait to hear it. The healer walks up and she goes, "If that'll be all, I'll escort you out. Not that I need to, but..." And she lets the two of you out of the room. Gildea, if you don't want to go into immense detail, you don't have to. Then again, you can if you want. I want to know the story you told Vaza's mother.
Well, we can actually have the conversation.
Sure, of course. She sits in front of you. She's so excited. She goes, "Now, tell me everything. I want to know another perspective of the story. He wove such a tale of heroism. What was it like to witness it? I want just everything. Start from the beginning."
Well, we walked through some tunnels.
Of course.
We found a big room. We all got our minds fucked with.
Ah, I see. I don't believe you mentioned that part. Very, very fascinating. When you say you got your minds fucked with, how do you mean?
Well, have you ever heard of a mind flayer?
In stories, yes. Terrible creatures.
I I don't know, but I think this one was in the mine for a significant amount of time.
I see.
And created elaborate traps.
Like the scythes, yes, he told me about his daring escape from the Hall of Scythes, of course. It makes sense.
No, these were. I don't know what the others experienced. But I walked through a door and Dorcas hadn't come to clear my mind, I would still be in there.
Incredible. Such heroism from your friends and your group. I really, I know I've been in awe of all of you since you arrived, but I can't help but just be amazed by the selflessness that you all express to one another.
I've come to appreciate these people.
As they must they must appreciate you if they're going to charge into the unknown of a mind flayer's lair to keep you from losing your mind.
I guess so.
What else? What else? He described a daring fight amongst many. How he, what was you threw yourself in front of arrows for my stepdaughter. Get to that part. I know most of the rest.
I'm giving him some side eye, like, are you kidding me?
He's gonna go.
Yes, Gildea was valiantly fighting numerous enemies of her own. Unfortunately, she did not witness my injuries.
It must have been quite a fight to not be able to see something like that. Were you fighting the same thing? The trolls, and then after the trolls, the what were they? Gladiators. You went to the pits.
I don't remember any trolls.
Oh, was it not trolls?
There were ogres.
There were ogres.
Yeah, that's what the mind flayers hench things were.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what they were.
Okay.
Well, I did fight some of them. Yes. I don't remember Azrael, defending someone by taking an arrow. But I do remember Azrael getting the killing blow on the mind flayer.
Oh yes, he explained how he rushed the beast and threw him from a ledge. Incredible. I just the heat. Listen, I am no fighting woman by any means, but you both describing your adventures and the heat of battle, it exhilarates me in a way I cannot comprehend. It just what I wouldn't have given to have been there and seen it.
Our perspective wasn't nearly as terrifying as that of the spectators.
Yes.
Be glad you were not there.
Rumors passed about that. I happened to be in town when people came out screaming and yelling. Rumors started floating around. suppose not all stories have good endings entirely.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, more lives were saved than lost. So I suppose there is precedence in that. Anyway.
And with that, I believe I will need to retire.
Of course, yes. I was about to say it is getting a little late, and dinner should be done soon, so we could all eat. And if you want to take it to your own rooms because of your, just overworkedness, I totally understand. And we will all talk again in the morning.
Thank you again for your hospitality.
Of course, any friend of my daughter's is a friend of mine. She stands and exits. The two of you, Vaza and Dorcas, now entering the room, as she leaves and makes final preparations to ensure Azriel standing to prepare to go to his bed. Is there anything last that you would all like to discuss before turning in for the night?
It appears as though we will have an eventful day tomorrow, at least for part of it.
Very much
Had
so.
to show up here.
Azriel,
Yes.
you have a way with words, a way of inspiring people. Would you give the speech tomorrow?
With pleasure.
I didn't say anything that was untrue.
He does have a way.
All right. Time passes. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I will. I would like to. I would bow to my compatriots, and then I would like to go to my room.
Okay. Dinner is brought to you. Some time passes. Kava eventually shows up and has dinner with Vaza and Gildea, Dorcas. You all retire for the night. And I have no plans for night passing anything less than normal.
I would like to, as I'm in my room,
Okay.
touch the scar.
The scar that the healer had touched.
Yes.
You push on the scar, and again you get that flash, the feeling of being stabbed at a much younger age, the feeling of betrayal, a dark alleyway in a city that you're not sure which one it is, and it's just that quick feeling of the remembrance of being stabbed.
Interesting. How much do I not remember? What has transpired?
Alright. So the night goes on. You all sleep the night away, Azriel turning with the understanding of he's missing memories. You all wake in the morning. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys this opportunity. Typically, I end with a cliffhanger, and that's a whole thing, and I can still do that, but here's what I'm going to do. Dorcas has now given Azriel the job of giving a speech. Patty, you as a person, I'm going to give you the opportunity to improv this speech, or we can wait 2 weeks and you can actually write one.
I think I want to write it.
Very well.
I want to give it the full Azrael treatment.
That is absolutely fine. That's why I wanted to ask. Typically, I would just say, all right, now give your speech. But I know you would want to give it a full Azrael thing, and so I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to do that.
Before we end, do we have time before the whole thing to go into the city, and perhaps upgrade equipment or anything?
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to take some time to do shopping and walking around, I'll say that you are met in the morning by an associate of the Gold Scale House, and they tell you when you're supposed to arrive, how you're supposed to be. You inform them that Azrael will be giving the speech, and so on and so forth. And you have some time before that occurs, so if you all want to go shopping and doing some equipment upgrade, you very well can. Is that something all of you would like to do? Just making sure. Doesn't have to. I'm just saying.
I like shinies.
Okay. You all go down, walking through the town. I need to pull up information, and I don't remember what it's in. Okay. You all go down, walking through the town, going through the market district, and seeing a few different things. There are, of course, There are, two major forges almost side by side. With the amount of ore that is produced by this place, they can get as much as they want, and they produce quite a lot. There are your normal general stores and tailors and things like that. But back just off to the side, you all see a familiar sign. Brimstone's Battle Boutique.
Wait a minute, we could have used the one back in the other town to get here a heck of a lot faster.
Yeah.
Now, my friend, do you not remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I fixed all of that. Don't worry about it.
So I do.
While they're arguing, I'm explaining to Kava what exactly happened the last time and how Dorcas fumbled it.
I don't know how to share this. How does one share an Excel file? Do I gotta publish it or something?
You just pop it in the D&D channel.
Yeah.
But how?
If it's not too big.
Yeah,
oh, do I create a PDF?
I mean, if do you not want us to see part of it? Is that it?
No, like you can see the entire Excel file. I just need to know how to give it to all of you.
In the D&D channel, you could do that. Press the plus sign, upload a file.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. We're gonna do that then. Everybody, I don't have a way for you all to see this, and so I apologize for that, but we will read any magic items that they are interested in. There are some magic items, there are some not so magic items, there are things from my own creation, things I've stolen from the internet, that people said it was okay because TikTok people say it's okay. Where is the D&D? There it is. So just give me a moment here. Upload file. I don't even know where this is saved.
Problem.
This file is... Oh, I have it open, so it won't let me do it. I opened it trying to figure out what I needed to do, and then whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Stand by. Documents.
Is it okay if I just sit by?
I mean, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Alright, there's your guys' Excel file that you can look at. Hopefully it works and you can open it and everything's fine. If it's formatted weird, if things don't line up properly, if it looks off, let me know and I can specify things for you. It is kind of condensed, so it can look a little overwhelming, but everything should line up the right way. So most expensive stuff is at the top of the list, least expensive stuff is at the bottom of the list. A couple things that you probably recognize that have been there for a while, and a couple things that are new that I put it in. Actually, you know what? I could probably share my screen. Ooh, do I want to share my screen? It's got my real name on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
not.
no, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to out myself like that.
Don't dox yourself. So you gonna get that action pad, Azrael?
Action pad.
The action pad is a 200 GP item. As an action, bonus action, or reaction, you can throw this pad 20 feet to soften any fall. Here, I'll go down through. I'm going to read everything. I'll read everything as a list while you guys decide what you want, so that everybody knows what we're looking at. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna read it, and if you don't take in information verbally, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to show you my name and my file names. You're all gonna get mad at me. So like, let's just go down through. So we have the most expensive item is 1,000 GP. It's called a Horrid Fate, a glass snow globe filled with pure magic, pure mayhem magic, untamed mayhem, and its state could do anything. Best not break it. We have the Blacksmith's Bond, which is an 800 GP item. Scale Mail Armor, 14 plus Dex mod is the AC, that can drain 1d6 health and add that number to your AC for 1 round. We got 800 GP for the High Mage's Cloak, the cloak of a long forgotten High Mage. The wearer can reroll any failed spell once per encounter.
Nice.
750 GP, the Coward's Cowl, a dead fool's cloak that can allow the wearer to vanish into thin air for 1 minute. A 300 GP item, the Sentinel Sword, a silver sword of a fallen sentinel, does 1d10 slashing or 1d12 slashing if wielded two-handed, with a +4 when using against monsters. Siren Song is a 300 GP item. An old pirate's cutlass, once a day, can summon the ghost of its former master to act as an ally to the user. Beast's Bell, 250 GP. Ring this bell to summon an animal located in the surroundings. Use it as a steed, pet, offensive ally, whatever the case, for 6 hours. Action Pad, just read it, 200 GP. You can throw it and it'll stop your fall, or at least save you from getting hurt by it. 200 GP, the Shield of Memory, a heater shield that can store stories of past fights, giving the user a +2 on attacks when fighting that enemy type. The user may attempt to lie to the shield and must succeed on a CR 17 deception check, or take disadvantage for 2 turns. Wand of Fireball is a 175 GP. It's a wand that allows you to shoot fireball for 1 charge. Wand of Frost, same thing, you can shoot a cone of frost, 175, 1 charge. Bolt Launcher, a heavy crossbow that fires electrified ammunition. Target takes 1d10 piercing plus 1d8 lightning damage. That's 150 GP. Anywhere But Here, a one-time use item. You and anyone in your immediate vicinity are teleported somewhere else. Where? Who knows? It's better than here. 150 GP. Smoke Bomb, an impact bomb that creates a smoke cloud in a 10-foot radius, that's 50 GP. And the Perfect Mask, a fabric bag that when placed over the head will make the wearer appear as anyone who has come in contact with the bag. Effect: a loss of attacked or bag is disrupted, 50 GP.
Interesting.
And then of course, if you all want anything from your usual martial weapons and the things that you can find in the player's handbook, that's always available at Brimstones. But these are the magic items.
What am I able to wear? Am I able to wear anything armor-wise as a wizard?
I don't think you can't wear armor as a wizard. I
thought it gave an issue of spell casting somewhere, if I remember right.
That's what I'm looking for.
Wizards. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a thing real quick right here. I'm gonna, as me, Soul, your DM as a person, I want to say, if this is the kind of stuff that bores you guys, we're doing it at the end of the episode. You can always decide that you're done here. This is how we're going to close today's episode out. But we're going to do it just because we want you all to see it and know when people buy things and switch stuff up. So, you know, if you like it, stay and check it out and see the kind of cool magic items you might see in the future. If you don't like it, I apologize. Or I would rather do it here than off screen, so that way nothing is really hidden from you guys and we don't have to go through a long explanation about what someone did and didn't buy. But I want to give a huge thank you to Barbie Slayer, who followed. Thank you so much. That's absolutely incredible. Biani, you are a first-time chatter. Thank you for being here. I want to just say hi to all of you. You know, Zowie, Jewel, you know, Patty and the nerds were in the chat for a little while. Mystic was in the chat for a little. Kuhn was here. Like, it's incredible that you all come out and hang out, and I love it. And if you're missing episodes, if you want to watch old episodes, if you want to get caught up, you can find all those on my YouTube channel. And if you love the cast of people that are here below me, they stream. Patty doesn't. We're still trying to get him to start streaming again. But Mystic and the Nerds, they stream. They stream on their own channels, and it is always fun there. For instance, Mr. Nerd today was playing Star Wars, and he was getting the crap kicked out of him, and it was funny, and it was such a good time. He went straight from that into Phasmophobia with Mystic, and it's always fun watching them get scared. It is always fun watching them get scared, and so, the Nerds do couple games, they'll play co-op, they'll play against each other. Mystic does a little bit of everything, MMOs, shooters for like Fortnite and stuff like that, plays co-op games, plays solo games. Mystic was recently playing an MMO that I've never seen before, but it looked really cool. It was like sci-fi and, kind of futuristic with the abilities. And so if you guys, are interested in it, like if you've never seen my channel before, I play a little bit of everything. I just smacked myself in the face with my hoodie. I play a little bit of everything, from story games to shooters to puzzle. It doesn't matter. I just play whatever comes to me, just like the rest of these guys. So, check us out throughout the week and on the weekends. It'd be cool to hang out with you. I think all of us have YouTube channels that our VODs go to? Question mark. Okay, Mystic does. Nerds, you guys were trying to fix yours at one point, I think.
It is back up, but there's only one video on there, and it's not a VOD.
Oh, okay. Well, they do have YouTube. They're working on getting stuff posted to it. But Mystic sends her VODs to YouTube. I send select VODs to YouTube, so not all my stuff is there, but you can catch up on series there. But yeah, from me, and I'm sure these guys can agree with me, we appreciate all of you exceedingly, and thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. You too, Joel. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, we're going to keep going for a little bit as we try to figure out who's buying what. But yeah, we love you guys. And yeah, and if you're on YouTube, and if you've cut out by now, thank you for watching on YouTube. If you're here and you're going to stick with us for a little bit, I'll say goodbye again in a little while. Patty, I saw you looking. Did you figure out the thing about armor for wizards while I was going on my thing?
I did.
Okay.
It all depends on your proficiency. So if you look at your character sheet under armor, it should tell you what you're able to wear.
Okay. Okay, I can do leather.
Okay.
Better than paper.
So the prices that exist within the player's handbook of what martial things cost and like what normal players does. So like if you want to buy leather armor, whatever the price in there says, we can roll with that.
Let me look.
Goodness.
Oh, I can't look. Okay.
You can't look?
I'm not through D&D Beyond.
Oh. Poopy.
Hold on, I'll look. I'll look online. Everyone else can do something else while I'm doing this.
Leather armor is 10 gold. That's what I'm wearing.
What is the...
It is AC 11.
Oh, really? That's it?
Plus Dex.
Oh, give me one.
Is that worth 10 gold that you could save for a magic weapon though? Or a magic item?
I can't afford any of the magic weapons on here. Well, I mean, I probably could.
I mean, you guys have at least 100, so I know 2 that you can afford.
Right.
Does she have any scrying stones?
So the thing about scrying stones is they have to have a counterpart to, well, in this universe at least. Again, this is homebrew, folks. they have to have a counterpart to a specific location or other scrying stone. So
Yeah. So specifically 2 scrying stones that are attuned to each other.
I would say that yeah, you could get that, and I'll make it 50 gold per set.
Cool. I will have 1 set.
Okay, go ahead and minus 50, and then add scrying stones to your inventory. You too, Barbie. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for following. We do our D&D game every other Friday when we can help it. Sometimes scheduling gets in the way. But yeah, the idea is every other Friday, at 7 Eastern time. I don't know where people are, so I just wait for mine. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. We try to do it as consistently as we can. Sometimes it sort of fizzles out because of people's schedules and stuff going on, which happens. Are we all good then? Does anyone have anything they want to pick up? If not, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna make you.
The Beast's Bell.
Yep.
Is of interest.
Okay.
That's what I would go for.
Okay. I don't know how much gold you guys all have individually. I know at one point you got a massive gold and we're supposed to disperse it, and I don't remember if that ever happened, but I just don't know how much you have individually. So, please keep track of that fully. So you have 250 to pay on the beast spell?
I do.
Alright, then go ahead and subtract 250 from your total, and I will remove beast spell from the catalog here.
Okay. I'm assuming this is a custom item.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make it a custom item. And then with the description that you see on the file there.
Oops. Am I the only one who was doing anything?
I'm not.
I'm not buying anything.
Nope. Vaza, aside from the
Crying.
yeah, aside from the Sharing Stones?
No, I've got some arrows, so I've just deducted that.
Okay.
But no, that's it.
Solid. Alright, everybody, I threw the YouTube link for me because if you want to catch up on Terribad Tavern, if this is your first episode you've seen, or maybe you missed one, you can go back and you were a little confused. You can go back and watch that. As for that, is there anything you guys want to plug that you got coming up recently or soon? No?
Always update your drivers.
As Patty says, always update your drivers.
Always update your drivers.
If you guys don't got any events or anything coming up, that's fine. Just wanted to be sure we didn't miss anything. So yeah, hopefully we will be back in 2 weeks. If not, we'll keep you updated as best we can. Yeah, go check out the wonderful people below me. Go check out the YouTube and look at those stuff. Just go watch all the content. Go watch it all and love it all, and just yeah. Yeah, be safe out there, everyone. And from all of us here, Terribad Tavern, safe rolls, and we will see you next time at the tavern. Bye, guys.
Bye.